Oh, the app now. My phone was. It's less than that. It's like 30. Oh, says here.
This is my house. It's my phone.
Are you teaching? You want now?
In 2 minutes.
What's going on? Yep. This longer day is better.
Is that mine? Okay, that's like I should have fortress thing.
Hi, Mario.
Morning. Let's win some matches here. Foot here.
Huh?
Let's win a few basketball games.
Yes.
Say bye, Moshe.
Bye, Mom.
Say Shabbat Shalom.
Where are you going tomorrow?
Bracha. Easy, quick. That was a trick. I like this to read on Shabbos. Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
We're on Ayin Daled 74.
Invite him.
Reb Shimon says, "Lahakish minchas choyte shel kohanim, ki minchas choyte shel Yisrael." There's an equation between a mincha that a kohen has to bring as a sin offering. That means we know that there are averos, that there's a sliding scale type of bringing korbanos. If you have money, you bring an animal. You have less, you bring birds. If you have the least, you bring a mincha. So let's say a kohen committed that avera. So that's called minchas chote of kohanim, and it's comparable to a minchas chote shel Yisrael. My minchas chote shel nikmetzes, when a Yisrael brings a minchas chote, you do kmitza, and then you eat the shirayim. So af minchas chote shel kohanim nikmetzes. So we do kmitza for the minchas chote of kohanim. Now, imam minchas chote shel Yisrael nikmetzes for shirei necholim, af minchas chote shel kohanim nikmetzes for shirei necholim. Does that mean that the shirayim of a minchas chote of kohanim get eaten? No. Talmud lomer la kohen kamincha, la kohen kamincha v'lo leishim kamincha. Haketzad koi meitz korvatzmo v'shirayim kraven batzmo. For the minchas chote of a kohen, both the kmitza and the shirayim are burned. And hashate avodas ksherabo, the fact that a kohen is allowed to do the service of that kind of mincha is mehacha nafka. Is it derived from the same place? No, mehosam nafka. It's learned from here. A kohen can come and be makar of any korban he wants.
972-52-894.
Talmud lomer uva b'chol avas nafsho v'sherez. He can do whatever he wants that his soul drives. He may also, if it's going to be from there, havamina, hanimili davar shein bal chet. That's only korbanos that are donative, that are not come for atonement. Aval davar shabal chet maybe emelo. I would think that the kohen cannot offer his own. Still v'hanami me'acha nafka. And still the Gemara says it's not learned from that other place. la kohen kamincha. It's me'asam nafka v'chiper kohen ala nefesh hashogeges bechata bishkaga. That the kohen can achieve atonement. He doesn't need somebody else to do it for him. He can do it himself. If I would have learned it from there, that's only when you bring a korban b'shogeg. But when you bring a korban b'mezid, he maybe couldn't do it himself. Kamash malon, that he can't do it himself. Now, what kind of korban do you bring? B'mezid ech mishkachas. Bezodin shvua. There are cases if you took a false oath, b'mezid, you still bring a korban. Tanida. Reb Shimon Oimer. Minchas chotesh shel kohanim nikmetzas. The mincha of a kohen, you do kmitza on it. What do you do with the kmitza and the shirayim? That's all. Each are put on the mizbeach to burn. Yes, but the shirayim is pasra beis hadesh. The beis hadeshen is a different place, not the mizbeach. They're a place where the place of ashes. Aruch Brava, Havi be Rav Yochanan. Beis Hadeshen Decha. Which Beis Hadeshen? Idi Lamala Ainu Avua. It can't mean the ashes on top of the mizbeach. That would be the same as his father. Idi Lamata. It can't be the Beis Hadeshen on the side of the mizbeach, where if you had, for example, a korban that was puzzled, you burn it there. We don't have any example of things that are offered there. What it means is you throw it away, and by doing it, you scatter it over this area of ashes. However, they laughed at that. That doesn't make any sense to do a korban that's going to get lost. So, Tani Avud Ravavim, Kol Minchas Kohen Kalil Tiyeh, the Minchas Kohen has to be burned completely. Lo Seyachel can't be eaten. Just like the Kohen Gadol's Minchas Chavitin is not eaten, so too the Minchas Chote of a Kohen is also not eaten. Now, by Kohen Gadol, the whole Minchas Chavitin is burnt. Here, the Shirayim are, we said, scattered over the Beis Hadeshen. So, Maiko Amar. Amar Rabbi Hochikoma. Kol Minchas Kohen lo seyachel chavoso. When do we say that a Minchas Kohen is not eaten? His obligatory Mincha, where he has to bring when he committed Averis. Kolil Tiyeh, when it says that it's all burnt, that's his voluntary mincha. And that getting rid of, you scatter it over the ashes. However, Armele Rava, Sakina Charifa Mipsuke Kroi, how can you divide the psukim that way? El Amar Kra, Kol Minchas Kohen Kalil Tiyeh is Nidvaso. When we say every mincha of a kohen is burnt, those are his donative nochos. Lo se'achel, the ones that can't be eaten are his choivaso, are the like a minchas chote. But ve'epachano, we could learn is the opposite. Says the Gemara, no. Mistavr, it's logical, nidvaso havalele ribui. It makes more sense or logic to burn the mincha on the mizbeach for the donative menachos, shekain tadira. A donative mincha is brought more often than a sinner's mincha. You could donate a mincha every day, but a minchas chot is only brought if he committed an avera. Number two, lo chati. A donative mincha is not brought for sin, and basim reiche. it has a pleasant smell because you put oil and lavona on a donative mincha. You don't do that for minchas chote. Adarabba, says the Gemara. Just the opposite. I can give you reason that the obligatory mincha makes more sense to burn. Shekain isaron, it's like the minchas chavitin, that it has one isaron, and it's brought as a chayva, but hanach nefishim. But the criteria of the donative mincha are more, and therefore we compare that one to the minchas chavitin. The Rabbanan who say that the mincha of a kohen is completely burned without kmitza. Hi v'chol minchas kohen koloti elosech my over. What does he do with that pasuk? Mi boy lelechidetanya. You need it for the following. Eli el yoina b'kol taktir. The minchas chavitin of the kohen gadol. That's in the parsha where it's completely burned. V'tachtona b'losayachel. Other menachos that a kohen bring is not eaten. Now, minan litin is omer shel zebazev, omer shel zebazev. Maybe you just say both for both. Tomad lomer kalil kalil exer shava. Nemer kan kalil, v'nemer lalan kalil. By the minchas chavitin, malan kalil taktir, the whole mincha is burned. Avkan b'kalil taktar. Without a kmitza, the whole thing is burned. Umakan litain losas alachilaso. There's a lot to eat it. So too, by the minchas chavit and minchas kohen, either one you can't eat it. Boy Ravina. Kohen shalcham min ha'emurin ma. The emurim are the inner parts, the chaylev, and the intestines, the kidneys, that are offered on the mizbeach of other korbanos. Now, lav dezarus, it says v'chozar lo yochel kodesh, a non-kohen. That's usually what that means. Cannot be eaten. But also, this is the emurim are also forbidden for the kohanim to eat. So lav dezarus lo kamaboyle. He certainly has the status of a zar. Ki kumaboyle lav de kolol tiyeh. The fact that it has to be completely burned, does he get a lav for that? Honor of Aaron Ravina, Toshma de Tanya. Rabbi Yezra kol shehu bekolol tiyeh. If something has to be completely burnt, litin lo sas lachiloso. There's a lav. So, since the emurim also fall under the category of being completely burnt, there's a lav to eat them as well. Now, this mission is going to give us a list of all the menachos that are burnt without kmitza. Minchas kohanim. A general donative mincha of a kohen. Minchas kohen Mashiach. The daily minchas chavitin of the kohen gadol. Minchas nesachim. The flour and wine that come along with an ol and a shlamim, they're all burnt. Lemizbech ve'en lebeim lakohanim. They're burnt on the mizbech. The kohanim don't eat. Uvazei yafakoch mizbech mikoch hakohanim. In these korbanos, the mizbech had a greater share than the kohanim. And then we have the opposite. Shtei alecha, the two loaves that were brought on Shavuos. The lechem hapanim, the lechem that was placed on the shulchan and eaten on Shabbos. There's no part of that mincha that is put on the mizbech. They're eaten. Therefore, in that respect, the kohanim's strength is stronger. Now, is this the only example of a korban which is completely burnt? V'su lekav ha'ika oila. Ika oil the Kohanim, but it's not completely burnt. The hides are given to the Kohanim. Ika oil sa'oif, the bird ola, ika murav v'noitza. The crop and the feathers are placed next to the mizbech, not on it. Va'ika nesachim. What about the wine libations? L'shis nazli. They're poured into the bowls next to the mizbech. Umay bazu. So what do we mean that in this respect the mizbech is stronger? Lafuki b'deshmuel, Amar Shmuel. Hamisnadiv yayin. Meviu mizalfal gabi ishim. If you bring wine as a korban, you do sprinkle it on the fire. So only Shmuel holds like that. This Mishnah says no, the wine does not go on the fire, but it's poured down the bowls. Messiah Leli Shmuel, Domer Shmuel Misnadiv Shemen. Shemen, if you donate oil, konso, you do kmitza v'shirav nacham, you eat the shirayim. So it's not burnt like the other ones. Mishnah said shtei alechem lachem aponim are eaten and nothing goes on the mizbeach. V'su leka v'ike chadas ha'of. The chadas ha'of is also eaten. Ikedama, yeah, but the blood of a chadas ha'of gets put on the mizbeach. V'ike loik shemen shel mitzayra, which is given to the kohanim, and lechora they eat that. Ike matnoisov, yeah, but you have to apply the shemen to the paroiches. So some of it is not eaten by the kohanim. And in what did we mean when we said my bazu? In this way, the kohanim were stronger. Some say that if you bring the shtei lechem without the lambs, you burn them. No, the kohanim always eat the shtei lechem even when they're not brought with the shtei kvasim. A mincha that is prepared in a vessel. So, for example, the oven baked mincha is put in the oven without a kli. But the minchas machvas, the minchas marcheshes, these are all use a kli. Tu'unos shloisha matnoi shemen. 3 kinds of oil. You have to pour it, yitzika. Belila, you have to mix it. Umat neshemen bekli kodim lasiyosim. You have to put oil in the bottom of the before you make the mincha. Alois, when they're made into loaves, boiled on, you mix the oil into the dough after they've been made into the loaves. Divrei Rebbe. The Chachamim soilus, no. You mix the oil when it's still flour. Now, by the oven baked mincha, which is the chalois and the rikikin, here's the difference. Chalois to unas blila. The chalois you have to mix with the oil. After you put the dough in the oven, you break it into pieces. You mix it with oil. Rikikin meshicha. You smear the wafers with oil. Ketzad mashchan kamin ki. Like the Greek letter chi. The Gemara is going to tell us. V'ashar nachon lakohan. The remaining oil that you didn't put can be eaten by the kohanim. Now, when we say kol hamenachos l'me'utei mai, what are we excluding? On Rav Papa, l'me'utei minchas mafeh, something that's baked in the oven is not put in a kli. Ton rabora. V'im minchas marcheshes korbanecha, solos b'shemen te'aseh. B'lamed shetu'una matan shemen b'kli. Even before you put the flour in the kli, there has to be oil in it. And the Gemara says, korbanecha l'gzer shava. And we learn gzer shava from korbanecha. We'll learn that the next time we learn. So the next time we learn will be 9 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning. No, Saturday night.
Hold on a second. What time did you start learning? 7:45. What do I send a message?
I never got the message.
You said it was too late to do it,
Oh,
I
I never
I
got. I never got the message, man.
I did the whole Daf. I will make sure to send it to you.
Okay, please.
Good blood.
Send it.
Okay. We'll learn Motzei Shabbos, 9:00 at night.
okay.
I mean,
Alright.
what time that is? It's 10 hours. That'll be 7:00 my time. That's good.
Yeah.
9 o'clock at night. Hold on a second. What time is Shabbos out tomorrow, guys?
8, more or less near 8.
Yeah.
8.
We'll
Okay,
have it out.
that'll be fine. Okay. Okay.
Have a
Early.
good Shabbos,
Send me the Daf.